another super shiny edition of Tech Tuesday. I'm your host, Amy Arwoodmark. I'm here at MMS with a new friend that I've made. Who are you, new friend?
I'm Daniel Havey. I'm the Transports Program Manager for Microsoft.
Okay, awesome. So you were speaking at MMS, weren't you?
Yes, I did a demo in the 2 Pint session.
Okay, awesome. So there's so many cool things that you get to learn about at MMS, and one of the things that caught my attention actually at Ignite, and then something that you started talking about here at MMS was LEDBAT. So I'd like to know, what the heck is it? How does it work? And if you can show me anything.
Absolutely, I'd love to.
Okay.
So LEDBAT is Microsoft's latest low latency transport protocol. This is a recommendation to use for all update content, to use LEDBAT and release your throttles. So the way it works is it kind of, if you look at the screen, you can see day-to-day traffic is in blue and LEDBAT is in red. And it kind of adaptively and elastically wraps itself around your existing traffic, retreating when your existing traffic needs more and advancing when there is an opportunity to use the unavailable bandwidth.
Excellent. So how do I know if LEDBAT is actually working? Is there anything that I would notice? I mean, is it going to make things run faster, or is there logs that I check or anything like that?
2 Pints has a tool called Steffler, which is able to monitor LEDBAT.
Okay.
So LEDBAT is a transport protocol. So on the wire, it looks just like TCP. You cannot distinguish it from TCP without a tool like 2 Pints or knowing where the traffic is coming from.
Okay. Can you show me a little bit more about how LEDBAT is working?
Absolutely, absolutely. So here's one of the situations where a throttler is used instead of LEDBAT.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the diagram, you can see in the gray part, that's the capacity that the throttler has carved off for its own update traffic. Now, the problem here is that throttler is going to give up the rest of this capacity. That's yours to use, but if you dig into the throttler's capacity, it will fight you for it.
Okay.
Now, the trouble with that is that sometimes the day-to-day traffic needs more than it's been allowed. And then it tries to dig into the throttler's traffic, and if it does that, it gets beat up by the throttler traffic and busts through the network capacity, causing packet losses and possible lost connections.
Okay. Well, that's not going to be very good if it's Patch Tuesday and I'm trying to send out a bunch of updates, and now I have a bunch of dropped packets.
Certainly could blow up your wires. And the trouble with that is you're leaving so much bandwidth on the table.
Yeah.
If you find it's taking forever to send your content down, that throttler is the reason why.
Okay.
So here is a look at the experiment that we'll do.
Okay.
If you see on the left-hand side, we have not LEDBAT.
Sure.
And you can see the latency is going to the moon.
Yes.
Now over here, we're looking at the latency with LEDBAT.
Not
Very
quite
nice.
so bad. Yeah.
Very nice. I want to be on this network.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now here is a really neat characteristic of LEDBAT. In fact, I think this is one of my favorite things about it. So if we look at the traffic, you can see in the blue is the LEDBAT traffic. It's cruising along, and then all of a sudden along comes a bunch of traffic and it's a problem. As soon as there's a problem, LEDBAT gets out of the way. You see how little blue is right there?
Yes.
Now, if your network team comes to you and says, you're causing a problem for the network. Now you know I'm using LEDBAT. If there's a problem on the network, it's not me, because LEDBAT avoids problems. Tell them to take a snapshot of the capacity right now, and you'll see I'm the little blue part. And you can tell them, look, that's not me.
Yeah, I mean, that's really a pain point for a config manager admin, is that we often get blamed first when there's a problem on the network, that it's config manager sending too much at once, or something's wrong with how we set up bits throttling, or we have to hold off on sending out updates because someone's having a video conference. So this is a really good technology to really help kind of show that we're innocent and help traffic flow as it should.
Yes, absolutely. Not only can you show that you're innocent, but it will go ahead and automatically adapt. There's no scheduling, there's no throttling, you don't have to set limits, you don't have to do anything. LEDBAT, we just turn it on and let it go.
Awesome.
Shall we jump into the demo now?
I would love to see a demo.
Okay, here we go. So, on the left-hand side, I have a main office, which is connected to a branch office through a channelized T1 frame relay operating at 1.5 megabits. On this side of the network, in the main office, there is a DP being emulated by this VM, and this is an RTT meter that shows you what it's experiencing. There is no traffic flowing from the DP right now, so the graph is blank. And there is an IIS server serving up a workload. Here's the workload, and we can see that the workload is nice and snappy. Now the other things to look at are these little pink windows show you a ping time across the network from machine to machine.
Okay.
We can see it's about 1 millisecond, which is beautiful. Nice and snappy, the users are happy.
We do like happy users. I think one of the things that's important to talk about before you kick this off is what the RTT time means.
Oh, yes, good question. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
So RTT is something that we in the data transport world call round trip time. That is the time it takes for a packet to be sent, reach the destination, and an ACK to reach me.
Okay.
So we can see that a packet sent from here, ICMP echo request, reaches here and comes back in 1 millisecond.
Right. So the higher the round trip time, then I'm going to experience slower network.
Horrible conditions,
Okay.
yes.
Awesome.
The lower the RTT, the better.
Awesome.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull one package from this DP.
Okay.
And I'd like you to keep an eye on the RTT meters, the workload, and this graph right here. Now over here in the 0 millisecond range is better. You're going to see blue bars go across here. And if things become bad, the blue bars will retreat into the higher ranges. You can see the higher RTTs that they'll be reaching. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay. Here we go. We are connected.
Oh boy.
We are now moving traffic. The DP seems to be internally hemorrhaging and screaming silently in pain.
You don't say. That jumped up quite rapidly.
You can see our RTT is reaching ridiculous levels. 3,675 milliseconds. And that was it. Ping just broke. It cannot measure RTTs this high. Our workload is frozen.
Yeah, it's not refreshing at all.
And our users are now angry.
Very
users.
angry. So now they're calling help desk.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But before they call, they have removed their heads and put them back on upside down.
Oh boy. So they're definitely very angry.
This is not a call you're going to want to take.
Definitely not. Okay.
All right, enough of this bleeding. Let's go ahead and stop the madness. Let the queue drain out. There we go. We're back. And you can see the workloads are nice and snappy again, so the users are happy. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the exact same thing with LEDBAT.
Okay.
Instead of old school TCP congestion control. All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. We are connected. And we are moving data. If you look over here, we did affect the DP, just barely. It's a little bit off of 0 milliseconds. We can see our RTT is hovering around, it's bouncing around 60 milliseconds, just like it's supposed to. Our workload is nice and snappy.
It's not really too noticeable of a change. I mean, especially compared to how it was when we weren't using LeadBat.
Oh my goodness, it's night and day.
Yeah, for sure. This is amazing. And this is without setting anything up, without having to do throttling, without having to have a meeting with the network team and the config manager team and the help desk to determine how we're going to let the DP send content over the wire.
Exactly.
This is great.
Exactly. LEDBAT is it's the latest and greatest in low latency technology. So now this isn't something that was just cooked up by Microsoft in the past few years.
Okay.
This is the real deal.
Okay.
LEDBAT has been around for 20 years, and the algorithm has been vetted by transport experts worldwide who attend the Internet Engineering Task Force.
Awesome. So this wasn't just invented by an intern one summer. This is
Exactly.
something that has been around, and there are a lot of people who know a lot about it.
There are probably several hundred years worth of transport experience in that place.
So how much does LEDBAT cost? How do I get it?
You get it by upgrading to 2016 or later.
Okay.
Windows Server.
Server, okay.
Now, you would think, since we're talking about deployment, a technology this wonderful would be really difficult to deploy. Well, if you have an 1806 or later SCCM DP, you could just check that box and it will deploy LEDBAT for you.
Awesome.
Now, if you don't have a DP, maybe you're working on a WSUS or something like that, you'll have to configure it manually with PowerShell. And it requires 2 commands, which are in my blog under the Try It Out link.
Sure.
And all you need to know is the port number of the WSUS server.
Okay, awesome. And that's it. So that's really simple. So I don't have to get a math degree to set it up.
Nope, we already took care of the math.
Awesome, thank you. That makes me very, very happy. Okay. Is there anything else shiny you'd like to show me about LEDBAT?
I think that's it.
That's it. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really enjoyed sitting in the session, seeing the demo. It went live and everything was great. I think the 2 Pint Boys had to do their demos by video. So congratulations, you win the live demo prize.
I won the demo contest.
And it worked again for our
Yay!
video. That's awesome. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday where I come with a new tech video. If you haven't signed up for MMS Jazz Edition, it's the week after Microsoft Ignite this fall. Otherwise, you could come to MMS here at the Mall of America. It's the first week of May next year. I'll catch you next time. Thank you for joining.
Thanks, guys, and happy lead batting.